So greetings from Pennsylvania once again. Still up here in the Williamsport area, here in Lycoming County. Just got done finishing a video on the legend of Cannon Hole in our French and Indian War series. And when I come on these trips, I look for other areas on Google Maps to come check out, and this one kind of showed up. This is called the Canfield historical site. I think I'm in the right area. Along the road up there, what's that road called? Green something road. The traffic you hear is from Route 220. There was no sign for it. It just says Riverfront Park. But Google Maps says I'm here. So it's like a Native American site, like an island out here. So I thought we'd check it out. There's some trails. So let's go see what this is about. I didn't really look too much up about it. I do see some information signs, so we'll learn as we go. I got some other places to go to today, but I try to pack stuff into these trips as much as I can. And following a trail, you see some signage out there, but back that way is where I parked. You kind of see some of the traffic up there. Williamsport is more up that way. So let's see and learn as well. So they call it an island. I'm thinking it's not an island today anymore. So I think this is what kind of separates it from the mainland, I guess you could say, is this ditch, which maybe back in the day was filled with water. You can clearly see a ditch. Almost looks like a canal. Maybe it was too, I don't know. Got our first sign up here though. So I think we're on the island now, Canfield Island. Yeah, welcome to Canfield Island. Yeah, so you are here. Yeah, so it is kind of an island, so I don't think that is a canal. I mean, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Just looking at it. But yeah, so here's Riverfront Park. We parked up here, and I think I came down this trail here. The James Bressler Heritage Trail, half-mile. All right, so that's it up here. So let's just go, let's go this way. So I think this is a site where Native Americans were living. It would make sense, it's right next to the river. Got some information here. Of course, some idiot has to put his name on there. As always, makes it difficult to read this stuff. Yeah, repealed. So yeah, James P. Bress, who excavated, revealed important details about different cultures who inhabited this island for thousands of years. Yeah, well, he died at 99 years old, 2014. There you go, folks. Let me give some more. I'm not gonna read all of it for you. You can always pause the video too. We'll probably see some more pictures of what he found. Yeah, look, I'm digging still. It's an old fella. When I'm that old, I want to be digging for archaeology. I'm telling you, folks, stay as active as long as you can. It's just something I've noticed. And one of the reasons why I want to be active. I mean, you're not gonna live forever, folks. That day is gonna come where you're gonna go, and you might go sooner than others for other reasons. Due to cancer, other illnesses, but. As you get older, stay active. It'll keep you going. I just know too many people that, it just gets. Well, you know how to. If you are older, you know how to. It gets difficult. But just if you stay active as long as possible, folks. Find a hobby, stay busy, and it just keeps you going. Might even keep you out of the nursing home too. I just see so many people. This has nothing to do with Canfield Island. Just a little rant of mine. But I've seen so many people that, as they get into their 70s and so on, they just kind of let themselves go, and life just kind of deteriorates. But anyway, stay active as long as you can. Be like that guy. this sign over here. Let's see what this is about. Yeah, the trail keeps going, but I see an information sign down here. My little rant is over. We're going back to that ditch that was right up here. Be curious to see some pictures of what they found. I get the idea that it was a Native American site and also probably farmed in the past then too. Oh, there's a sawmill here. The Canfield and Colton sawmill. It's right in this area. I wonder if there's any remnants of it here. Yeah, so I think, yeah, so it's over here. It's kind of where we are. Yeah. Across the channel from the eastern tip of Canfield Island, then called Porter's Island, stood a sawmill, built 1851. Just kind of curious if there's anything left of it all, like foundations or anything. Shows it being at the very, across this ditch from us at the very end of the island. We'll keep our eyes open. Not sure if we're at the very tip yet. There's some kind of a modern building over there. I wonder what that's all about. Anyway. Don't know if we could even get over there. I don't think that's public land anyway. Just check, make sure I didn't miss a sign. Yeah, nice level trail. Anybody can walk on this trail, bike it, or I don't know if it's your bike, but you could, you know, if you're limited ability to get around, you can get on this trail too. If you're disabled or handicapped, that's what I'm trying to say, but some people get mad at me when I use those words. It is what it is, folks. It just looks like some kind of old garage over there. I'm just looking at that building. I don't think that's part of the, I think that's private property anyway. Here's another sign. The Ault site. Oh yeah, here we got some stuff they found. 1170 AD, 1480 AD. Across from this point stood a large fortified earthwork surrounded by a deep defensive moat or ditch. The Shanks people built this village sometime around 1200 AD upon an earlier culture. Wow. It's fortified with palisades, sharpened trees, woven with saplings. Yeah, it's quite the thing here. Some of the different things they found here. Arrowheads, sinkers, hammerstones, fragments of pottery. Wow. Yeah, across from this point, so not necessarily on the island, but over there somewhere. I think that's quite kind of over where the sawmill was too. Here we're coming to the point of the island here. I'll have to keep that in mind too. Might be a place to explore in the future, like especially during the summer, because that site would have been right along the Susquehanna River is right out here, the West Branch. So it might be fun to explore along the river there, see what we can find. Maybe I'll check it out today just a little bit, see if there might be a trail that goes down that way. Just to look for artifacts and stuff, who knows? It looks like there might be a trail going down that way. We'll check out more information boards, but there's look back. Let's go down this way. Yeah, so we're headed out to the point of the island. Like over here is that ditch, which I guess it had water in it at one point. I'm not sure why it doesn't anymore. Over there's the Susquehanna River. So that sawmill was over there somewhere, and so was that Indian village. Oh, this looks really neat. Down by the river here. Looks like it goes that way too. Wow. I want to go that way, but I also want to read all the information boards that are out there too. Let's go down here. Yeah, so I'm just thinking this might be a cool place just to come and look for artifacts. Walk along the river here. Wow, this is beautiful. But since we're here, let's just walk along the river a little bit. Kind of muddy down here, but it's not very gravelly. I doubt you'll find anything like in the mud. It's on those gravel bars that you usually find artifacts. If there are artifacts here, they're gonna be, you know, under all this thick mud. Not really easy to find. Alright, but I think it's as far as I'm gonna go here. So that'll probably be a no to any kind of artifact hunting down here. They probably wouldn't want you doing it anywhere near the island. Anyway, but it's a lot of mud out. It's probably not worth it. So like I said, I'd really like to go down that way, but I want to read those information boards too, though. So I think we'll go back. All right, so back to the main trail. Yeah, that other trail I was looking at is just down that way. Cannon, oh, this is what we were talking about in my other video, Cannon Hole. During the French and Indian War, yeah, the French sought to assess the strength of the British at Fort Augusta. The fort was at Shamokin. Yeah, the French soldiers floated down the West Branch loaded with cannons and small arms and tied up near Canfield Island. Upon arriving at British fort, they saw the strength of their enemy and retreated to rafts. Unable to float the cannons back upstream, the French dumped them into the deep water of the river just downstream from Canfield Island. Cannon Hole. Wow, that's cool. Alright, that was super cool. Yeah, I just filmed that video. I had to film a little bit more for that video, and I'm going to have to insert it in that video anyway, but it'll work out. I feel like that information should be down at the other spot that I was filming for the Cannon Hole. But it's cool they have it here too. Because that site is just a little bit further downstream. Awesome. Alright, yeah, so here's where that one trail we were looking at comes up here. So we didn't really... Anyway, we could have come up that way. Then I would have missed that information board maybe, so that's good. Alright, here's some more. Oh, archaeological site. 4835 BC through 1550 BC. Talks about some of the stuff. Examples of artifacts unearthed here. A celt for stripping bark. My shadow's in the way there, sorry, but points, soapstone bowl fragments, sinkers, cool. There's some more general information. All right. It would make a good place for an Indian village because you are next to the river, but you're not necessarily right at river level. There's a bit of a rise here, so if it does flood, it won't flood right away. I mean, if there's a super flood, yeah, but nice and flat in here. More information boards coming up too. Yeah, so kind of a cool spot. I'm glad I stopped by. It's one of those places where, you know, I'm looking and planning, like, yeah, should I stop in? Should I not? But I figured it wouldn't hurt. I was just down the way. It's in between there and the next spot I want to film, so I was like, you know what, let's stop in. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that well, and the site is not all that interesting, but this, I like this one. There's some history here. And it also has some information we were looking for in the other video. You know, although I already kind of knew that information, it was good to see some signage for it too to confirm it. Yes, if you take yourself back in time, of course in the 1800s and 1900s probably there was farmland in here, but prior to that there would have been Native American villages in here. Perhaps what they call the long houses that they made, be full of activity. They'd be fishing down here along the river. Huh. Now it looks like this. Here's our next signage board. The murder of James Brady. Oh, this is from the Revolutionary War. Yeah, during the Revolutionary War, British Allied Native American tribes attacked settlers in this region, seeking to destroy food supplies. Yeah, the Wyoming Massacre. We'll be starting a Revolutionary War series soon. Yeah, the big runaway forced families to leave almost everything behind. The invading force burned nearly every house and field in the valley. In early August, 21-year-old James Brady, son of Captain John Brady, left Fort Augusta with a group and returned to the site to harvest ripened grain that had escaped destruction. So he came back. Yeah. On August 8th, the group divided in two. The reapers, except for Brady, leaned their guns around a tree. About an hour after sunrise, under the cover of fog, a war party attacked. Before Brady could reach his gun, he was shot, speared, tomahawked, and scalped. Despite this, he rose and made his way to a nearby house. He lived to be taken downriver by canoe to Fort Augusta, where his mother met him at the landing. Before he died on August 13th, Brady regained his reason and described in great detail the events he had witnessed. Wow. Yeah, imagine that, being shot, speared, tomahawked, and scalped, and to live to tell the story. You know, he lived to get back downstream again. Wow. That's quite a story. Yeah, but hopefully, starting maybe next spring, we'll start our series on the Revolutionary War. I'm going to kind of wrap up my French and Indian War series this fall and winter. Hopefully at some point we'll pick up the Revolutionary War. So that'll be a cool story. Get a whole video on that. Kind of like trace his steps and things like that. Now I'm all the more interested to see what these other signs talk about. Those two bushes look a little out of place. Almost like there used to be a house there or something. It looks like there's a trail going up that way. Huh. The Shushquin Trail. Yeah, that was on the other board too, that this is a Native American path in the area. It ran in south, connecting Syracuse to Virginia in the Carolinas. One branch of the trail crossed the Susquehanna River here and continued south over the notch in the hills of South Williamsport. That's what we came through, that notch, as we drove through. Yeah. Over time, the Seneca and other tribes used the trail to attack other tribes. Yeah. Well, he mentions Conrad Weiser. We did a number of videos on him. In 1754, the Iroquois signed a treaty in Lancaster Green to use a path further to the west. Conrad Weiser, who had lived among the Iroquois as a boy, negotiated this treaty. Weiser traveled the trail when he visited the Iroquois homeland. Today it is known as routes 14 and 15. Cool. Alright, I see an information board up in the woods up there. This almost looks like the entrance to a driveway, so let's go out this way then. Like I said, I see an information board up there. Looks like it goes up there and comes out up here, and we'll continue up that way. Yeah, I was just thinking about that John Brady story again. So next time you're having a rough day, just be glad you haven't been shot, speared, tomahawked, and scalped, you know? That's kind of amazing that he made it back down to, I would say, was it Fort Augusta from here? That's impressive. Keep thinking about that. Yeah, along with the information boards, I'm noticing some posts with numbers on them too. They probably have some kind of significance, but whoa, what's this? I can't even pronounce that. Otson. Is it a river? Flows placidly by Canfield Island, but overruns it in flood time, leaving nutrients that enrich the soil. I guess that must be a nearby stream. Oh, I get it now. To the Delaware people who occupied much of this valley when white settlers arrived, the west branch of the Susquehanna River was called this, Otzen Oxen. There you go. Wish someone had to write on here again. Yeah, it just talks a little about the history here. 19th, 20th centuries, it was very polluted from factory and mine waste. They've been restoring it. All right. Let's go back down the river here. Well, out there are some gravel bars. If you were going to search for artifacts, to be out there. In places like that. Yeah. But I'm not going to do any searching or collecting on anything that's on the island. I think that would be generally frowned upon. It's kind of a protected site. I'm kind of in the shade there. But it would be cool to find an artifact or two. Man, I'm starting to smell food. Like someone's cooking nearby. It smells amazing. Even much more so because it's like lunchtime right now. Significant tree. I wonder if that's the tree right there. Foresters say this large red oak, the remains of which you see, lived for more than 2 centuries, sprouting from the stump of an even older tree cut around 1801. There are just a few events in local history and natural history that took place during the tree's life. Wow. So I guess that's the tree they're talking about right there. There's some different important dates during the tree's life. Wow, so I'm not sure when it died. Remnants of the oak that lived from, oh, it's about 2002 it lived. Alright, so back up here's the main trail. There was a big sign in the field there. I'm going to quick check that out before we head back up that way. Yeah, there's some kind of sign right here. What is this? Welcome to Womelsdorf Township School District cross-country course. Oh. Has nothing to do with history. Just a race. Alright, but there you go. Alright, I think I got one more sign before we go back this way. Yeah, up there's the pavilion where I parked. Kind of curious why there's no water in this channel that goes around the whole island anymore. Maybe there is higher water. Oh yeah. Shanks Ferry Wigwam. More of this, whoever this idiot is. Yeah, so I was talking earlier about looking up in there and seeing all the houses and stuff, their long houses, but here we have like a wigwam. That's what it would look like. Cool. Yeah, they do call it a longhouse there. Shanks Ferry Wigwam or Longhouse. About 1500. Yeah, numerous hearths and cooking features were located both inside and outside the Shanks Ferry Wigwam. Cool. Some things they found. Pipe. Cool. Yeah. Imagine just seeing a whole cluster of those out there. Yes, this place is pretty cool. I'm glad I stopped in, like I said. You're not always sure, but a lot of history here. A lot of cool facts, pictures and stuff. So yeah, it's only like a half mile. It's not very long to walk. It's very flat and level. So if you're in the area and you never knew this was here, come check it out. Maybe it might be better like in the spring. You might have like wildflowers and blooming and everything like that. But anyway, I'm glad I stopped in. I'm glad I could take you with too. But anyway, I'm headed to the next location. Headed to the Williamstown Water Authority location. Gonna look for some ruins called the Remington Ruins in Mosquito Valley. So hopefully I'll see you there. As always, folks, thanks for coming along, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.